helpful to you? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for the confirmation. And I appreciate you being here. Okay, I would love to know, who all of you, that are you a first timer or have you been here before? So type first timer if you are here for the first time and type before if you have been to my, one of these lives. Hi, Kyle. Good morning. I am so glad to have you here. Love having your energy in this live. Welcome back, Paul. I am so glad that you could tune in. Okay, I think Sarah is saying that she's a first timer, right? Okay, so let me begin by introducing myself to the ones who are new here. My name is Anisha Maheshwari. Hi, Madeline. Welcome, Madeline. Yeah, so I am Anisha Maheshwari, and I have been on Insight Timer for 2 years. I have like 30 plus tracks here and 7 courses, and you're welcome to check them out. If you find me or my work relatable, if it resonates with you on any level. And if you liked it and if you would like to work further with me, then I help people with low self-esteem become their best self. So I have like many packages in which, I start with working with them with the people who have low self-esteem, and I help them figure out, what is their best self, how do they want to be in this world, and what truly matters to them. And once we figure out that, our why and that version of their best self, then I help them create goals, smart goals to, move towards that as well as to live that in their current life. And then we create an action plan and everything to, move towards those larger goals. And then, unfortunately, we face internal barriers like negative thoughts, unpleasant emotions, limiting beliefs, or unhelpful behaviors. So I help them to cultivate mindfulness, acceptance, compassion, and through all of these different approaches, we learn to deal with these rather than trying to get rid of them in some way. And as a result, we develop a more loving relationship with ourselves. So, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I help people with. So, if this is something you are interested in, then feel free to message me or directly book a free discovery call with me so that we can figure out together that we can work together or not. So, yeah, you can do that mm, by going through the link tree in my profile, in the about section of my profile. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. Hello, Meena. Welcome. So, yeah, so that's about me. And now about this live. So, we are going to open ourselves to receive the wisdom that universe, God, divine, whatever you believe in, wants to send your way. And how we do that is through a game that is known as Wheel of Wisdom. So I have name of few books there. So 31 books to be exact. And these are the books I have read through like past 8 years in my own journey of self-development and discovery and everything. And yeah, I made notes of what I found insightful and what practices helped me from those books. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, so I made notes of them so that I didn't had any agenda at that time. I was just noting them down. But recently I realized that people, find it hard to read books or even if they are reading it to follow through or apply everything that is mentioned in the book. So I decided to, you know, come up with this format so that you can get bite-sized wisdom, and we can also do like a practice together, based on whatever we have gained. So that's what we do, and it's all about opening ourselves, tuning into our intuition, and receiving what we need to hear most, and working on what we need to work on right now to make our lives, better in some way. So before like we start with the game and stuff and just delve in, we are going to practice a meditation to settle ourselves and to open ourselves, to make space for the wisdom, because you might have heard of a tale. So I'm recalling something and I want to share before we begin the meditation. So you might have heard of this tale or you might have not. So the story goes like this. So a person came to a very well-known monk, who was supposed to know everything and who was supposed to have this wisdom. And this man um came to like his hut, and he said to the monk that, I want you to tell me, like, give me some wisdom, tell me the truth about everything, help me understand, universe, and help me answer all these unanswered questions, all these big questions of life. And the monk said, okay, let's have tea and then talk. Okay. So the man, hold a cup. So he held a cup to drink the tea, and the monk started pouring the tea in his cup. And he poured and poured and poured, and he poured and poured and poured, and the tea, started spilling and everything. And the men got shocked. He was like, "What are you doing? You can't see. There, no more tea can go in there. It is already filled." So the monk says that exactly, your mind is already filled. How can you, like, if it is already filled, how can I say anything that will go inside? It will all, like, it will spill around, right? And that's how, we go about life. We have this thing called confirmation bias. And what that means is that what we already know, so we have this invisible filter in our minds. And whenever we have an information, whenever an information is there, we filter it through that filter, and we only let that information pass which align with our beliefs, which we think as reality. So if that information do not align with the model of reality we believe in, we just reject that information. It doesn't, pass through that filter. And that's why different people have different perspective in a situation of the same situation, because different people have picked upon only those elements that align with their viewpoint and everything. So that's how the bias works, and that's why, if you know hi Mukul, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here and everyone here. Yeah, so I was saying that, yeah, so that's how, limiting beliefs also work, which I help people with, is that, if we have some limiting beliefs about ourselves, that I'm not good enough, that I don't deserve happiness, or things like that, then we are not going to let any information that contradicts our beliefs. So if someone says, if someone, you might have experienced this, that if some, like, at some point in your life, someone gave you a compliment and you were not able to feel it, like you thought that that was false, they were just being nice, or they don't mean it, or it was due to X or Y factor and it was not because of you. But the thing is that you don't believe that about yourselves, and that's why you ignore it, you minimize that information so that it do not enter you and disrupt your whole system, that structure that you have built about yourself, the identity that, your identity that you hold inside about yourself. So that's what happens. So today's meditation is about just making space for something new, for wisdom, even if it don't align with what we believe in. Or maybe it does, who knows? I also don't know what is going to come forward today. I am also very curious actually to hear, what God has to say to me and what God has to say to every one of you who is here. And if God is the word that is triggering for you, you can use the word divine, universe, or there are higher self or angels or whatever you believe in. I let's just be open to the wisdom, and let's not that, let that label stop us from getting that wisdom. So, if you guys are ready to meditate with me, to open yourselves up, to make some space, then type meditate in the comments so I know, so I also get to interact with you and not just me speaking. So, type meditate if you are ready. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much, Lori. So people are ready. Thank you, Sarah, Kyle, Meena. Okay, so thank you, Paul. I love, you know, interacting and not just speaking to myself because I am seeing myself on the screen. So yeah, it's nice to see some comments once in a while. Hmm. Okay, so I invite you to take a comfortable place, comfortable position. Thank you, Marcella. I am so glad that you can tune in, and I hope that you would resonate with the meditation and the game that we are going to play after that. Okay, so finding a comfortable position, it can be sitting, standing, or lying down, whatever feels comfortable to you. And we will begin by connecting with the environment around us. So notice where your hands are placed right now. You don't have to change them in any manner. And if you want to move them, then you feel free to move them. Just noticing how does the surface beneath your hands feels like. You can even rub the surface, feeling the texture of the surface touching your hands. If you feel like closing your eyes to fully be aware of those sensations, feel free to do that. Moving your hands over whatever surface they are on. They can be touching your clothes, or maybe one hand is touching another hand, or maybe you feel the air touching your hand. Noticing the temperature of the air or the surface on which your hands are placed. That's right, just enjoy the feeling of touch. And now, letting your hands rest in whatever posture or mudra you want them to. You might place them on your knees, facing up or down, or maybe you want to place them in your lap, holding one hand in the palm of another. Or maybe if you are standing or lying down, then they are just besides you. And now that your hands has helped you come into this present moment, bringing your awareness to your breath. We are going to take some deep breaths. So we are going to count and breathe for 2 seconds and then breathe out for 4 seconds. So breathing in 1, 2, and breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in 1, 2, and breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in 1, 2, and breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we will breathe for the count to 3 and breathe out for the count to 6. So breathing in 1, 2, 3, and breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in 1, 2, 3. Breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in 1, 2, 3. Breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fix, and continue to breathe deeply like this. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine that the space around you is filled with healing light of your favorite color, and each time that you breathe in, you are inhaling that healing energy, cleansing your system, and each time you exhale and let go of the air, you are also letting go of any doubt, fear, or tension. Breathing in, inhaling the healing energy, and breathing out, letting go of anything that you don't need anymore. Continuing to breathe like this. With inhale, letting in whatever you need, and with exhale, making room for anything that you need. Breathing in and cleansing your system. Breathing out, making room for receiving the wisdom. Taking one last deep breath like this. So, breathing in all the healing energy around you and breathing out, making room for new wisdom. Wonderful. Now bring your awareness to your hands again, connecting back with your body, with the boundary of who you are. And whenever you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes, connecting back with the room or your environment. If you feel like, you can also rub your hands and place it on your eyes, on your face, just waking up. Feel free to stretch yourself or hydrate, or if you feel called to share your experience. Meena says thank you. Thank you, Meena, for being here and for being open to receive. Paul says thank you. Much needed this morning. Thank you. Thank you, Paul, for being here. And I am glad that you received whatever you needed most right now. And you will receive much more as we continue to dive in. Paul says it sometimes brings up agitation, but this morning felt calm. It's so natural, when we have to wake up from that sweet, dreamy state and face our world. And this world, as we know it, rushes us to do things and not be, J- So, yeah, I'm glad that you were able to start your morning like this. And if you are interested, I also have a meditation on, mindful mornings. So you can check that out as well if you would like to have this every morning. Laurie says, very calming. Thank you. Thank you, Laurie, for being here. And I'm glad that you were able to feel that sense of calm and peace. Paul says, perfect. Thanks. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being open. Okay. So Kyle says, I appreciate you and your message. Thank you, Kyle. And I appreciate you and your presence. Okay. So let's dive into the wisdom part, now that we are open, centered, and ready. So let me show you the wheel. And also, if you guys would like, to have a personalized meditation session, then you guys can, I do offer that. So you guys can check out that offering of mine and, you know, book a discovery call to explore or direct book the session, whatever feels, best for you. And I would love to guide you through whatever is going on in your life to help you process that, whether you're going through something hard or whether you're trying to cultivate something new. I would love to support your journey that way. Okay, so we have this wheel. I hope that this is visible. It's okay if you cannot like read the names of the books here. This wheel is going to choose something for us, and as the wheel rotates, so I will click on it and it will start rotating. And as the wheel rotates, you can take deep breaths or even, let out that question to which you need the answer to. You can say that, um, I need some guidance on this, whatever is going on in your life, so that, it gets out into the universe and we all receive something that we need to hear right now. So let's start. Okay, so the book for today, it is so amazing that I am getting, the books on repeat, even though here, there are 31 books here on this wheel, but we we got this book, I think, on our fourth, this Wheel of Wisdom series. So on our fourth session here, and again we have this book, and it is so amazing, that we universe don't want us to move on. There is so much more that we need to hear from this right now. So that is just magical to me. Okay, so the book name is Taking the Leap by Pema Chodron. And let's see what is the message from this book. So I have like made notes and stuff from these, whatever I found insightful in the practices of that from this book. And I'm going to trust my intuition, let my intuition do the work, and choose something that would benefit all of us, that we all need to hear right now. So let's see. And as I do so, feel free to again ask that question that you need guidance on, or take some deep breaths if you are just open to receiving whatever is there to receive right now. So, okay, it seems like, you know, my notes are like cut half from something. Sorry for the inconvenience. I will like open the book directly because my notes, like the last portion of it is cut somehow. So let me open the book. Hmm. Hello, Eva. I am so glad that you could make it. And you are here on time. We are just going to read, the lines from the book. So you're always on time. Okay. So may we all receive whatever we need to hear most right now. Okay. This is so interesting and magical. So, as I set out that intention, let out that intention, the paragraph that came here was: we already have what we need, the wisdom, the strength, the confidence, the awakened heart and mind are always accessible, here, now, always. We are just uncovering them. We are rediscovering them. We are not inventing them or importing them from somewhere else. They are here. People will support you and help you with teachings and practices as they have supported and helped me, like help the author. But you yourself experience your unlimited potential. So powerful, so true, and I guess the ultimate reminder to all of us that we already have what we need, here, now, always. And there are people, practices, teachings, and everything that is going to support us to, you know, they are going to lead us, like in Buddhism, it is said that the finger pointing to the moon, right? But we are the one who are going to experience our unlimited potential. Eva says, wow, we had the same message of already having what we need in another session recently. So beautiful. Yes, I guess it was our second session. And yeah, and this is the same book. And at that time, we just had these four words, 4 or 5 words in the form of the title of this chapter. And now the universe is again reminding us. And here also in these lives, we are not trying to learn something new, even though I mistakenly mentioned opening ourselves to the new wisdom. But when I should have said remembering our innate wisdom. So, yeah, this is so beautiful. Kyle says, yes, we are the book of wisdom. Exactly, exactly. I just feel so fulfilled right now to hear this message. And this is just reminding me of, another book that I'm reading right now these days. So I'm always reading some or other book. It's nice to keep on reminding ourselves of all these things. Even though we know it, we forget. We get lost in the life that as we know it, and we forget our own truth. And it's nice to have these reminders, as the book said, the teachings and the practices to remember who we are, to remember. our essence, you know, love, wisdom, compassion, and everything that we are. So it's really nice to have these reminders. Okay, let's see if we can get something more out of this chapter or remember something more, you know. Hmm. Although this feels like enough, you know, to me, these lines are feeling enough, as if I don't need to like extend the session or do our usual thing, but you know, just like we are enough, the message, this message of about our, you know, of our true nature was enough. Yeah, so I was mentioning about that book that I was reading, right? I am reading, currently reading Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And I was actually introduced to that book through a live of another teacher. And yeah, earlier I had heard the name of it, but maybe I was not ready for it. And now I am. And every single line of that book is resonating with me so much because that book reminds us of this very same thing that that this book says. And the wisdom is the same. There are just different ways of saying it, you know, the ways this way maybe spoke to some person and this way would speak to some other person, but the essence, the truth feels like, yeah, it's the same, just through different mediums, isn't it? Kyle says, I agree, the daily reminders are necessary in this world that wants to keep us from our true selves and make us believe that we are this body. Yeah, exactly. That is so true. And 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 this world and also our mind, you know, our mind is always like focus on this, figure this out, you know, and if everything is sorted right now, then figure something out about the future because what if that goes wrong, right? So yeah, we are always on the go. We are never allowed by our mind to tune in, to soak the enoughness of this present moment of ourselves. And let's do that. Okay. I have no meditation in my mind, like seriously nothing that I'm going to guide you through, but I am feeling like that I need to. So, yeah, so I like before trying to control everything, I want to ask you, would you like to go into another mini meditation, or would you like me to read some more lines from this chapter from this book? So lines or meditation, your choice. Kyle says, please channel and meditate. Thank you for allowing me to do so because I am feeling this and I don't know what is going to unfold, but I am feeling something. Okay. Other people, maybe one more, you know, opinion or one more take before we begin. And until then, I can drink some water. Meena says, lines, please, but do go ahead with the meditation. Okay, so to honor all of your wishes, What we will do is, Eva says, I ride the waves of what wants to evolve. So if you feel like guiding a meditation, I'm happy to. Okay, so let's do this. We are going to go through a mini meditation and then I'm going to end this live with few lines. Okay, so how does that sound? So that, everyone gets to have what they want. Okay, I take the hearts for a yes. Okay, so begin by again taking a comfortable position. Sit, stand, or lie down, whatever you want to do, whatever your body needs. Becoming aware of the sounds around you. And if you feel like closing your eyes to focus your attention on the sounds, then feel welcome to. Noticing the sounds around you, not trying to chase after a sound, but opening ourselves for the sounds to come to us. And if there is no sound, then just rest your awareness in the stillness. Accepting this moment as it is. Basking in the perfection of this moment. You have everything that you need right now. You have fresh air filled with oxygen to breathe and nourish your body with. Your body is working perfectly and miraculously. Your body is supporting you to experience this feeling of being alive in this moment. Noticing how does it feel like to be alive right now? What does it feel like to be here on this earth, in this space, in this moment? And now, in this moment, and now existing in this moment, being here now, in this moment. Yes, you are alive right now, in this moment. You are breathing just like us all, and the universe wants all of us to be here. You matter, your existence matters. You are enough just as you are. Yes, you are enough. You are enough. I know sometimes it becomes difficult to believe this, but you are just like this moment is. Notice the perfection of this moment, being alive in this perfect, beautiful moment unfolding as I speak, existing in this moment and now in this moment, and now in this one. Now, as we are about to end this meditation, can you set an intention to come back to the very moment whenever you become aware that you have lost touch with yourself and with this present moment? Setting an intention to be aware of this moment and the next moment whenever you will remember to come back. This moment will always be here waiting for you to come back. Come back to just existing, coming back to your true nature of I am, just that I am. Placing a hand on your heart to soak in whatever experience you had during this meditation, knowing that it is always available to you. It is, you are. And now, whenever you feel ready, gently opening your eyes and connecting back to the environment. I would absolutely love, and I'm also very curious to hear about your experience, really, because this one gave me chills. I didn't know that about what I'm going to speak next. It was just coming to me. So I'm very curious as to how was your experience. Kyle says, "Thank you for this meditation, which gave me the reminder that while I am on earth, I am mind, body, and soul united as one. All three are necessary to learn and come closer to God while we are trying to reestablish that connect with the divine." while I can't tell you how magical and surprising this is to me that you said that, you know, after just your comment, previously when you commented that, you know, the world make us believe that we are this body. And I was about to, you know, mention this point that while we are here, we are all of this mind, body, and spirit, all one. And we need that, and that's why we are here. Otherwise, we won't have this body. And yes, this is a very important realization as we are evolving that we are not this body and then we are not this mind. And, you know, but when we move on, we forget that we do have a body. So it's important. It is. So even though I was not able to say that, you saying these things somehow makes me believe that yes, there was some magic here. So thank you. I think that point needed to, those words needed to be spoken by me, by you, by someone here. So thank you for saying those things and sharing your experience. Eva says, this is so powerful. Thank you. Thank you, Eva, for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am so glad to have each and every one of you, and it is so nice to do this in this collective form, in a group. It is so fulfilling and so powerful. So, thank you. And yeah, and yes, if you are finding these like meditation or these lives helpful, then I would really appreciate any donation from you because these are donation based lives. So, if you can offer anything, then I would be grateful for that. And if you can't, then that's okay. You can always support me through checking out my work and, checking out my offerings and stuff like that. So, yeah. And if you would like me to guide you through a meditation personally, then I would be happy to and I would be honored to. So, I do offer that a personalized meditation session. So, you guys can go to the link tree in my profile. So in the about section of my profile there is a link tree and I have listed all my offerings there. I offer a personalized meditation session. I offer different packages to help people with low self-esteem to become their best self, you know, and to develop a more kinder relationship with themselves. So, yeah, if that resonates with you, if that is something that you are interested in, if you would like to explore what truly matters to you, how do you want to be in this world, and then develop a whole plan or goals are out of it, and then overcome any barriers that is stopping you from doing that, then I would be honored to be your guide on this journey, and I would love to guide you. So, yeah, if that is something that you're interested in, please check out my offerings. You can also message me if for some reason you're not able to find it. So, even though it's in the link tree in my profile and everything. Thank you so much, Meena, for the donation. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad that this session, my words, the words of the participants, or the meditation spoke to you in some manner. I am glad to have you here. Thank you. Um, so let's read some lines, maybe because Meena has requested, some lines. And let's wrap the session by some wisdom, some more wisdom. Wow, thank you so much, Kyle. I am grateful beyond words. Thank you so much for your donation, for coming back, and for interacting with me, for letting me be there in your life in some manner. Thank you. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. Kyle says, thank you for guiding with your heart and intention to serve. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. And thank you all for bringing, all your energy here, all your beautiful, magical presence here. Okay, so the lines that have come through are, instead of asking, how can I get rid of my difficult coworker, or how can I get even with my abusive father, we might begin to wonder how to unwind our suffering at the root. We might wonder, how do I learn to recognize I am caught? How can I see what I do without feeling hopeless? How can I find some sense of humor, some gentleness, some ability to let go and not make such a big deal of my problems? What will help me remain present when I am afraid? We might also ask, given my present situation, how long should I stay with uncomfortable feelings? This is a good question, yet there is no right answer. We simply get accustomed to coming back to the present just as it is for a second, for a minute, for an hour, whatever is currently natural, without its becoming an endurance trial. Just pausing for 2 to 3 breaths is a perfect way to stay present. This is a good use of our life. Indeed, it is an excellent, joyful use of our life. Instead of getting better and better at avoiding, we can learn to accept the present moment as if we had invited it and working with it instead of against it, making it our ally rather than our enemy. Wow, wow. I guess the meditations and these lines are inviting us, into the present moment, just as it is, not trying to resist it and also not trying to endure it. We don't need to endure it. When I usually say that, and when any other coach, therapist, meditation teacher, anyone, healer says that feel your feelings, it don't mean that we need to tolerate it. There is a different way, there is a way to feel it, to be there for it, not and neither get consumed by it, nor have to tolerate it until it goes away, but just being with it as it is, bringing in some gentleness and compassion, and just befriending it, working with it, whatever is, because we have invited it in our lives for a reason, which we may or may not know right now. And it is going to be here, whether or not we like it. So, learning to work with it. And this principle, this learning has truly changed my life. And yeah, and I'm now trying to help others do that. So, and yeah, if you need help doing that, you know, to process it, to learn to work with it, whatever it is, I'm here for you. I am here. You guys can always reach out to me through a message, you know, through a discovery call, just interact, and we can see how we can work through this together as a team, not alone in this suffering. So, yeah, you we can do this in a meditative space, or we can do this. I actually have a whole package for this, like, so in my, I guess, premium package or something, I offer a whole, development of the skill set to work with it, to not resist it or not have to endure it, but to work with it, to befriend whatever is. So you're welcome if you want to learn that and live your life in this manner. Okay, Meena says that resonates so much to me. When I had no father support, love, affection, because father was so aggressive. Until today, I am suffering my father's action to my adulthood, still crying over this lack of love, support, and affection. And my life has brought me so many toxic men just because I am looking for that security. This is touching, but now I am on my path to healing. Firstly, I am sending so much love to those versions of you who has to face any form of aggression or anything that was not love, Meena. And I hope that you could be kind to those versions of yourself in this healing process, those who had to face anything but love. And I hope that you get to interact with that masculine energy that is not just aggression, but protection, but standing up for yourself and all of the other things that, that yang energy has to offer in your life. So, sending you love and healing, Meena. And I hope that you get the right teachings and the right practices, and, whatever we just read in those books, in this book, to help you in this healing journey. Thank you for being here and for being so open and sharing that. with this community. And guys, can we have some hearts for Meena? Let her know that she's loved no matter what has happened in the past, you know, just showing love. All the males as well as the females, in this group are sending you so much love. There's hope and light in this world. Thank you so much for being so supportive and sending, this love and hearts to Meena. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, so I guess that's it for today's session. I don't have anything to say. And I hope that you found something, that was meaningful to you from this life. I hope that you found something helpful. And yeah, and I am doing these lives like on alternate days. So the next live is on 18th. So don't forget to tune in to into, another piece of wisdom from the universe, whatever you would need at that point in your life. And yeah, I hope that you come back for more wisdom, for connecting with this community. And if you relate to my offerings, then feel free to message me or check them out through the link tree in my bio, in my profile. And yeah, I have a lot of stuff here, so please feel free to check it out if my style or whatever, my personality or anything resonates with you, my energy resonates with you. So yeah, please feel free to check them out. My free offering. Also, yeah, I have a free community. So if you guys would like to be a part of that community, I would be happy to welcome you. So it is also there in the link tree in my profile. I also like post the recordings. So if you would like to go through the meditations again, or if you would like to catch on previous lives, then you're welcome to. I also post summaries and everything up there. So yeah, I would love to have you in that community as well. Eva says, lots of love and blessing to you, Meena. Your healing will make you attract the love you deserve. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so so that's it for this live. If you found it helpful, I would appreciate any donations as these help me go on and, continue doing these lives and being here sharing the wisdom from these wonderful people with you. And thank you for being here. That's it. So, bye bye. Namaste. Take care. I hope that you have a wonderful day and you have those moments of presence when you come back to this moment and this one and this one. Okay. So, bye bye. Take care. Thank you, Nita, for sending protection to me now. That is so kind of you. Bye.